Uh-oh, I can't stop my scooter. It's stuck. Oh no. What do I do? You know, I'm just gonna start off without the headlight just because that sky looks so cool like that. I love it. It's like 80 degrees and I keep thinking to myself that I need to really go home and work out and get the rest of my points that I usually schedule for myself with my app thing that I made. But I keep thinking these nights are rare. You know, there's gonna come a time very soon where winter is coming, where it's gonna be, 10 degrees out, and I'll go, remember when I had those nights where I could just jump on the scooter and not even wear a hoodie? And now it's so cold I can't even go outside. So I feel like it's better for me to take advantage of these nights. And I'll still go home and do some push-ups and stuff, but I don't always fulfill my quota. But that's okay. Part of it's not to be a total spaz about getting all your points all the time, you know. But the good news is that I already mentioned it, but both my apps that I applied to the App Store have been passed. But I realized I forgot to add any banking information. So I'm like looking up my app, in the search box. I'm like, where the hell is it? I put the exact name of it, should pop up. Maybe it takes 3 weeks, I don't know. And I go on there and all of a sudden it says, you have to, finish putting in some numbers, buddy. So I did that, and then about 2 minutes later, bam, it said ready for submission, or whatever it said. Ready for distribution is what it said. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I think in a day or two, I'll be able to go right to the search box and actually have it pop up. That's gonna be one of those heart jump moments, where you feel that excitement. I kept thinking about how that feeling, it's kind of rare sometimes, like, especially the older you get. When you're a kid, you get a lot of those moments. And I'm writing a script. I hate to call it a script because it sounds like I'm reading a script when I'm doing my videos for my guitar channel. But it's not. It's just like bullet points that I want to make sure I cover everything. Because I used to just go off the top of my head and then I'd go back in editing and go, oh shit, I completely forgot to mention this whole important section. So this just kind of keeps me on the right course, But writing about starting off like in the metal world as a musician, and then from there, it's really hard to go other directions. So I'll keep it at that for now, but it's kind of that same idea of that adrenaline rush when you've experienced something. Whether it be for the first time, or if it's just something you experience many times, but it's always exciting. And I honestly feel excited every time I go for a scoot ride, so that's kind of cool. But there's also things, like simple things that are exciting. But it feels like when, you're 15 to 25, those experiences happen like a lot more. And then for me, it wasn't until I joined jiu-jitsu and got my first, the first time I tapped somebody out, it was a crazy feeling. It was like I was excited for the next 2 days. It's like, oh my God, he actually tapped out. And then, because I was the one tapping out all the time. That's how it goes with jiu-jitsu. You spend the first few months just tapping, feeling like you're never gonna get the better of anybody, So you're just drowning, basically. And then the next goal comes up. It's like, oh, now I want to be able to get somebody in a triangle choke. That would be cool, because I have long legs. I thought that would be very possible, But that took a long time. Whoa, holy shit. Almost fell off the side. Oh, okay. That didn't go as planned. I thought that was going to be really slick. Like, watch me just balance beam this thing. And of course, the gigs that I have, they're all exciting in their own ways, some more than others. I really started to lose the spirit of that excitement when I was in this band called Mind's Eye. And it was a great band, but they started really going crazy booking the shows. At the time, I didn't care because I was really broke. I was like, hey, I make enough now playing live to pay for like my car payment and insurance every month. This is great. But every weekend, you know, if not every weekend, every other weekend, but you'd be like, well, we got to drive all the way to Egan, play 3 sets, which is actually crazy to think about now, even though I'm going to do that in the next couple days here on a pontoon. Not on the water, by the way. It's a pontoon that has been, what's it called? Like when can I drive on it? When a whale, a beached whale. It's a beached pontoon. By the way, if I was homeless, I'd sleep in this dumpster right here. Looks kind of clean. All right. Shit, I probably shouldn't be on here. I didn't see the cones on this side. I thought maybe they relaxed it a little bit. Sorry about that. All right. Anyhow, it would just be like, where are we playing this weekend? Oh, okay, shit. That's the place that sucks. Nobody ever dances, but we still get paid a lot. It wasn't a ton, but back then, if the band got $800 per show, that was pretty good. But this coming week, I'm a little bit nervous because my thumb is still screwed up, even though I got the MRI and everything. The MRI I carry. And I was like, okay, so I should probably get this, you know, taken care of, the procedure, whatever they have to do by the time these gigs come by. And I'll have some time to heal, but it didn't go down like that. I miscalculated everything. So here I am with a messed up thumb on my left hand. And tomorrow, or Wednesday, we have practice. And we have to practice 19 songs, which doesn't sound like a lot. But I had to put all the tunes for the first show into my Boss pedal. It's like this switcher pedal. And so I have to put them in order. And I do it the old school way. I don't do it through the computer. So I'm hitting buttons, I'm, you know, exchanging banks, and I'm making it right, you know. And then we play Thursday with that set list at a gig called the Bavarian Blast. And that's in this big tent with 2 stages. And what's crazy is it's going to be like the hottest week of the year. According to my weather app, right? 90s, you know, but lately the 90s have been feeling like hundreds when you go outside. So not really looking forward to that, but I am going to bring my own personal fan. That's going to be my saving grace if I just stand next to that thing. And I don't drink booze anymore, so I'll be sipping water anyway, and that helps a lot too. I'm telling you, drinking Jack Daniels on the rocks when it's really hot out, it's like the best thing ever, and it's the worst thing ever at the same time. Because your body's like, what are you doing to me, dude? Drink a little H2O, you little biatch. And I always justified it by going, well, there's ice cubes in it. But then the next day you wake up and you just feel horrible because you were dehydrated, and then you added alcohol on top of that, you know. But hey, I don't blame anyone for doing that because it's fun. But ooh, that looks like a cool little big wheel. I kind of want to ride it. No, I'd break it. I got that little excitement feeling. That could have made the highlight reel though if I would have done it, but. And then get this, after that gig, we play an out-of-town show the next day. And it's it's the equivalent of a whole night. And it's on that pontoon, the beached pontoon. And I'll tell you, it's fun, but it's gonna be hot. It's in the elements, basically. And last time we played it, man, I got so buzzed because there was the bar right next to me, and the bartender girl was kind of cute, and I'm just like, can I have another Jack on the rocks? Woo! So it's gonna be weird to play that whole show. I think we have close to 30 tunes we have to play. So I was kind of nervous that after practice, my thumb's already gonna be a little bit sus, and then we play a show the next day, and then 3 hours the day after. Holy shit, you know. It's probably not going to be 3 hours. Probably going to be more like 2 with a break. It'll be, I think, around 2, but still. But I just got to power through it. You know, tonight I set up everything and I tried out the first couple tunes, and as long as I don't have to do bar chords, I'm pretty okay. This is so nice right now though. 80 degrees, I believe. Pretty humid, which makes, actually is a good thing at night, because it's not like it's making me hard of breathing, but instead it's got kind of a cooling effect. I like it. And also it's good to be back where I'm used to scooting, because yesterday in Brooklyn Center, that was crazy, man. I love the comments. Somebody was like, yeah, you got to be pretty brave to go to Brooklyn Center after dark. And I'm like, you know what's weird? As long as I'm on a scooter, I feel totally safe. Like if I was out walking, that'd be a different story. But I'm on this scooter and I feel like if anyone just came up to me, like let's say they just wanted to knife me or something, I could just gun it and get out of there, you know? I don't mean gun it like kill people, but I do have my carry permit. So I feel extra protected. Now that's not gonna help you if someone, you know, if you're scooting away and someone chucks a rock at your head or something, but still, at least I can weave. It's hard to hit a moving target, right? All you guys would see is me, you'd see the light doing this. So I'm shucking and jiving, trying to avoid the projectiles coming from henceforth behind me. That made no sense. And I thought about, my friend Jake from Schmidt actually chimed in. I was like, oh, cool. Like, you never know who watches your videos, which is kind of interesting. Sometimes, like, I'll say something in my video and I'll go, I wonder if this person will see it and mention, you know, talk about it. And they're like, no, they don't watch my side channel, you know. But to everyone who watches, hello. It'd be really cool if you guys could, I don't know, let me know that you're watching, maybe comment or leave a like or something, or because this channel is doing way better than I expected, even though it's kind of sitting tight at about 909 subscribers, which is cool. I think 1,000 would be badass for sure. And you could cheat, you know, I guess it's not cheating, but you could promote one of your videos and it shows it to everybody on their feeds, I think. And then they usually subscribe if they're interested. So if I promote a video, it'll probably bring in like 50 subscribers maybe, if it's a cool video. So I just gotta wait till I put out a good video. Hey, you know what's weird? I don't think I've scooted in this area when a train went by, have I? Maybe I have. But it's really interesting and odd because trains go by here all the time. It just so happens when I do my videos, it's not the case. So let's do this. Uh-oh, I can't stop my scooter, it's stuck. Oh no, what do I do? Just kidding. See, I was testing God there. Just kidding, don't test God. Now that would have been really, really crazy if that was real and my throttle got stuck. Of course I would have just jumped off the scooter, right? But just for dramatic reasons, to have the train end exactly where I would have been. Of course, I probably would have crashed into the crossbars, but still, that was interesting that all happened at that exact timing. All right, so I can see why people are thrill seekers. Like, I am not really a thrill seeker when it comes to going fast. Obviously, you guys know I'm a grandma when it comes to scooting speed. I don't think I ever go past like 15 miles an hour unless I'm Oh, what's that? That was a deer. Unless it's at the end of my scoot where I'm just testing my speed capabilities. But I do find the thrill, I guess we'll call it the thrill. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. I always hated that song for some reason. I think it's because I saw Richie Cunningham sing it one time, and I'm like, that's lame. Whoa. But it's cool to find it in other ways, that maybe it's writing a good song, or the first time you finally learn about something you've always wondered about. It's kind of what I've been on lately, just learning about technology and stuff. It's thrilling when you go, oh, and you finally get something, like binary code. You're like, oh, okay. And transistors, like I never knew what a transistor did. I just pictured like tubes and stuff, you know? So. By the way, that's a great way to learn. If you guys ever, you know, obviously I have my quarrels with AI when it comes to creating things, like musical pieces or any kind of composition for art. But when it comes to just asking questions and wondering about something, it's kind of cool. It's almost like having a college professor right there. Oh, these people are like, what the fuck, dude? Hi. They were not having it. I thought I was going to have a nice conversation back there. Guess not. All right, so here we are once again, where my mom used to get cigarettes when we went to the clay hole, and we would also get Sunkiss or Crush, depending on what era we're talking. But there was nothing better than coming off from the clay hole right here. By the way, that's where it is, right straight down. We should visit it. Wonder if I should go down there. I don't have the guts. Or do I? Oh, I hear geese screwing. Hear that? Bet you that's the Ron Jeremy of geese down there. I won't go down tonight. Some other night, we'll save it. We'll save it for when like Al or Corey was with me, or my brother. Which we were gonna scoot tomorrow, but he's got a business meeting or something. So we're gonna wait till he gets back. But I can already tell what it's gonna be. It's gonna be me going, oh, remember this, you know, when this happened? And my brother going, no, dude, I was like a zygote. So when we were at the greenhouse over here, I have all these memories. Remember when I hung up that Kiss poster and you cried and Mom made me take it down and I was mad at you? No, dude, I was like 2. Get a life. But I think it's kind of cool to have a place to go that you remember, you know, like the reason I always go down this way. Something I took for granted growing up, just having a place either that you used to call home or you currently call home. And whenever I go to a weird place where I don't know where anything is, and there's spread out buildings and there's just, I don't know, it gets industrial maybe a little bit. You start to go, man, what if I didn't have a place to go like afterwards? And I was just kind of, you know, vagabonding it all over the place. Oh, nomad, wanderer, vagabond, call me what you will. So that's kind of why I have personal feelings, like really good feelings when it comes to structures that I used to live in and neighborhoods that I used to, you know, remember. Because even if everybody's pretty much gone from where it was, it still has a little bit of that memory, just the remnants, you know? Even if they are ashes at this point, but... And the weirdest part is the places I do visit still have people from the old school. Like, and there's something comforting about the idea that I could go up to their front door and just be like, hey, Al, what's up? You know, like the guy that lives up here, Al. And my friend Jeremy, even though he wouldn't recognize me, it's kind of a good feeling that I've got the ties still. Woo. So they're full of shit when they say you can't go home. You lying bastard Bon Jovi. But in a way, they're right. It's not the same. And then you start to think of weird thoughts like, well, am I doing things now that I'm going to maybe look back to in 10, 20 years from today? Or am I just too busy remembering the past, so there's going to be nothing to like come back to here? And I can see that's why a lot of people want families and they want to create new memories. And just being a guy that I know I'll never have that kind of stuff, it's just never really been in my cards. I thought about it today. I've had like 7 opportunities to be married at this point. And I'm not just saying it like bragging. I'm like, if you went up to the people that I was dating and asked them, they'd be like, yeah, there was a time where, I would have gone to that next phase. There it is, the old house. What is this? Oh my God, you know what? I know it's not, but those look exactly like the headboard that I used to have as a kid. But these are closet panels. Wow, those are probably from when we were kids. Should I come back and take one? She's throwing them away. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come back with my truck and take one of them back home. Hopefully they're not termite-y. Oh my God, that is so exciting. See, I've got that spike. That's how I get my thrills. Some people buy a fast sports car or they go jumping out of planes. For me, it's finding an old closet door laying on the frickin' grass. But that was the color of our closets back then. So it's probably OG wood. Is that OG wood? You better believe it. Holy shit. Okay, now I gotta hurry and go back. What am I gonna do with this closet door? I don't frickin' know. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna caress it and whisper sweet nothings into its pie hole. I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna have a piece of history. And I really do believe in, like, this is hippie stuff, really, but I'm kind of a hippie. Just the vibes and, when you live in a house and there's good times and bad times, I had my share. I think that stuff gets baked into the house. And there were some terrible times, but there are also some really, really great times. And I think it's all, even if it's at some weird quantum level, baked into that OG wood. Let's see, is Al home? Sometimes he's sitting outside. Tonight would be a good night to talk. Nope. I must have missed him. He's up really late though, as you can see. Or when I showed it before, you could see that the lights are on and everything. All right, I'm gonna go this way. It's not the quickest way back, but it's the way I like to play when I play music for you guys. And the one time I did that, I think I threw away the video, but it was like Richard Marx or something. I don't know what I was playing. And then, sorry, I promised I was gonna do Led Zeppelin, but I ended up not doing it because I decided to put that video up and kind of promote it on my guitar channel. And I thought, man, if a lot of people watch it and then it gets taken down because of a Zeppelin tune, that would suck. So I think this time when I go down this road, I'm actually going to finally insert a little Zeppelin. Because damn, would that be appropriate tonight, finding that closet door. You know what would really, you know what would suck? Is if I took the door and then I like somehow hear that there's like the lady was actually having those delivered and somebody came and stole one of the doors and now there's like a bounty on my ass. I wasn't throwing those old doors away, I was having them delivered. Oh. That would have been funny though if there was, instead of a closet door, which is very neutral. It's a very neutral thing, artifact. It's almost like, I don't know, a bar stool or like a kitchen drawer. But what if it was like a toilet seat? Would I have taken it? Like, I'm not 100% sure this is the one that we shat upon, but if it was, I'm taking it. Just think about all the times I threw up as a kid. No, I wouldn't have taken a toilet seat. What's going on here? Oh, no problem. Nice backpack. It was shiny. All right, there's people partying. It is 1 a.m. on a hot summer night. It's gonna be a long, hot summer. We should be together. Put your feet up on the dashboard now. One of the country bands I was in played Long Hot Summer by Keith Urban. By the way, the least urban guy ever. And I sang it, and it went over okay. I just couldn't wait to get to the guitar solo though. Keith Urban's awesome at guitar, man. It's just weird, he ended up marrying Nicole Kidman. But we opened for him way back in the day. This is why everything ties together in a weird way. I was with a band, kind of a decent band, but it was kind of a weird band. Like our singer would do these weird dance moves and we didn't play very many modern songs. So it's kind of embarrassing to think Keith Urban was there maybe listening to us, but we were playing like, I don't know, just old school country. And I remember I just got done being really sick, so I couldn't sing backups, and I must have had like a thing happening. And then we get done, it was at this ballroom, and it looked like there was nobody there. And then in the span of about a half hour before Keith Urban came out, this is before he was a huge star, but he still had like one song, I think, on the radio. All of a sudden, it seemed like a flood of people came in, and out of nowhere, like the back of the whole place, there's a spotlight that hit right in the back, and it followed. He walked from the back with a wireless guitar all the way to the stage and just crushed and made us feel tiny, totally outshined, of course. And I thought, this guy is going to be something huge, Said the same thing about Johnny Lang back in the day. But I was just like, wow, where did these people come from? And how the hell did we get this gig? How did we open for Keith Urban? Holy shit. But like everything else, life is like that. You look back, you look in the rearview mirror and go, what caused that? Like, what stars aligned for that to happen? There have been plenty of bands that we played with that eventually got really big. Hippocampus is another one. It was a different band, but they opened for us. And they were really great. I'm just, I know I told the story before, but it's like, these guys are awesome. The guitar player's amp broke and he had to use mine. And then we go on and we have an okay show. But out of all that, the opening band ends up getting signed. And to this day, they're like an international act, Going straight, taking a left. What are you doing? Okay. Waiting for me. See, nobody uses their signals anymore. Sorry, I was a little bit spicy a couple videos ago. I had it with bad drivers, especially when, you scoot a lot. You just hate it when people don't pay attention. So, oh boy. Every time a semi comes towards me like that, I think of the Enter Sandman video, and I think, ooh, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. All right, let's do this. Quick decision. That's better. Yeah, I'm totally psyched about that closet door. I know that's totally like an old man thing to be excited about, but I don't care. I mean, yeah, it would have been really cool if there's a Les Paul in there or something. If I go by and there's, I don't know, baseball cards from the '87 Twins, yeah, I would freak out. Or if there was a semi good condition set of Ginsu knives, I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. But a ratty old closet door does it for me. I know what I'll do. I'll bring it home and I'll either put it in my storage space or I'll put it, I don't know if I want it in my bedroom. Like, what if the house is haunted, you know? Because if bad things were happening, let's say when I lived there, and maybe it was a growing thing, like it just got worse and worse. I watch way too many horror movies. Maybe it'll be like the thing where the spirit attaches itself to the house, and now I'm gonna have it in my place. I'll keep you guys updated. That is a pretty badass premise, though. That's why I like, even though they're kind of cheesy, the later Amityvilles. So one of my favorite movies of all time, Amityville 1992, also known as It's About Time, starring the lovely Sean Weatherly from Baywatch fame. And you wouldn't believe how awesome this damn movie is. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Just don't expect like a masterpiece. It's not like the original Amityville or Amityville 2 or 3 even. But it's got its charm. It's got that early 90s kind of fun feel to it. And I won't say it because it sounds really twisted now that I'm older, but the girl who plays the daughter in the movie, I had the biggest crush on forever. Because we used to watch that as kids, as teenagers actually. And what's crazy is I ended up buying a DVD copy of that movie, and she signed it. So it's one of my prized possessions. But in that movie, there's a cursed clock. So that's kind of what reminded me of it. Okay, so tonight was quite the fruitful scoot. That'd be such a lame name for my channel. The Fruitful Scooter. The Fruitful Scoot. Get your fruit on. Hey guys, want to get fruity tonight? What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, you guys are awesome for watching. Thank you very much. And I will update you on the closet door, and I'll let you know if it is cursed, okay? Wait, I hear some shit. Hold on. I don't want to hit stop too early and have like a bison run out and attack me or something, you know. You guys see that video? It's everywhere today. This bison ran after this old guy, tossed him into the air like 10 feet. It's pretty nuts. You know what? I missed my turn. Means we got a little bit more real estate here. False alarm, you guys. It's probably like that same effect when, let's say you were watching the video and you hear me saying, okay guys, take care, and all of a sudden you look at the scroll bar and there's still like 10 minutes left. That happens on podcasts all the time, where they're like, all right, well, it was a great show, we're gonna wrap it up. And then you look and there's still 20 minutes left. You're like, what? And at the last second they go, oh, you know what, we forgot to da-da-da, and they go into this other conversation. It's kind of like that. So tomorrow, because my bro's not coming down for the scoot, I'm going to get all my points, and finally, I'm going to set the stage area up for the band for the next day. And I got the actual mixer, the digital mixer. Somebody hanging out. She have binoculars? See, that's proof of life. Sometimes I go through all these neighborhoods, I don't see shit. I'm like, do people actually live? Is this the Twilight Zone? Am I in some fake neighborhood? Some model, like train set model neighborhood? But I had a big breakthrough on digital mixers because my friend runs sound, Christopher, and I basically tried to figure out how to get the mics all to sound pretty good without having to EQ the shit out of them. And I realized that you have to EQ the main outputs first and cut out the bad frequencies overall, then everything just kind of seems to work way better, you know? So, there's the tricycle. You guys, I want to ride it. I know I'm going to regret not doing it, but not tonight. I've got some closet doors to pick up, to rescue. I've been on this soup kick. But like the fancier soups in like glass jars. Not to be a hipster, but I grew up on Campbell's red label soup. So I feel like I deserve a little bit of gourmet soup. I don't know how many times I eat that lame-ass chicken noodle with an extra can of water in it. So it's kind of weird to eat soup these days without any extra water added to it. One time I bought, I think it was chunky soup or something, and I thought I was living it up. And I was gonna put an extra can of water in it. My friend's like, what are you doing? Like, this is what we do, right? The soup and then the can of water. No. What kind of ghetto shit you pulling, Mike? Like, well, I came from a trailer house, you know? Fuck off. But it's funny because this tomato soup that I'm gonna have, they call it tomato bisque. And it always has sort of a, not sourness to it, but kind of. And I'm like, that's because it's healthy. I have to add a slab of butter to the bitch, you know? I gotta butter that biatch. And I think that is the secret to having soups taste a little more hearty, if you will, is to butter that bitch. Woo. Kind of like Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman, by the way. One of the best movies ever. I did watch half of it the other day. You want a biscuit or want a roll? I buttered it for you. That being said, that movie is completely worth it. I bought it just to see the tango scene with my girlfriend, Gabrielle Anwar. God, she's beautiful. And of course the scene at the end when the rich kids get theirs. Spoiler. It's good times. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna go get those closet doors. We will see you soon. Ciao.